What's going on YouTube? Luke's here. It's been a great E3, hasn't it? It's been a really good E3. Great games shown, and it's not even finished yet. Great Xbox, Ubisoft, EA, Bethesda. I'm going to be talking about the Sony one today, as it was incredible. Just let me straighten up a bit. There we go. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm going to be talking about the PlayStation's E3. That venue that PlayStation had their E3 in, it was grand. Yeah, I had a live orchestra at the front, grand like temple. Beautiful place. It looked really Downton Abbey-esque, beautiful. So let's talk about the games, the conference. There was a pre-show, which was hosted by two people that really fucking annoyed me. They showed good games though. They showed indie games. One that really stood out to me, it was called Boon, I think. Or I couldn't read it as the title was spelt in a strange way. But it was like this ballerina, a silhouette of a ballerina dancing around a game world. Proper arty-farty type thing, but really good. Yeah, so straight onto the conference. The first game that really stood out to me was God of War. They created a new God of War. It's set in Viking times, almost a parallel universe. The graphics are just as good. It's set in a proper Viking type of world. Dragons, trolls. He's teaching his son how to hunt, so it's got all this danger, but at the same time it's got this innocence. And God of War is always good at that, showing brutality, but at the same time delicate parts of the game. And yeah, it reminded me kind of like the hunting scene in The Last of Us, just with a bit of brutality mixed with that. It was kind of a bit of both. Yeah, it was really good. Graphically, freaking amazing. Yeah, so I can't wait for that. No release date, it's in development. Next is a game called Days Gone. At first I thought, is this a new Last of Us? It looks very much like Last of Us, but it's about this motorbiker guy that used to be part of a gang previously, but it's in a post-apocalyptic world. It looks kind of like Last of Us, kind of I don't know. It just looks like a zombie game, but this zombie game is something I prefer more than Dead Rising 4, so I'm glad that they've got a zombie game, and it looks kind of interesting. Like I said, it looks like a Last of Us type game, quite bleak, beautiful graphics, and set out in the wilderness so far, and it's got lots of zombies on screen similar to Dead Rising, but so far it looks great. And next they showed Zero Dawn, the Horizon game by Guerrilla. That looks good. It's not my cup of tea, I don't think. I think I am slowly starting to get a bit fatigued with just big open world games. Some games I really love, like your GTAs, your Watch Dogs, Mafias, Skyrims and The Witchers, but everything else is kind of like trying to copy them, and it's kind of boring to just have a massive world. It looks great. It looks like it's going to be a great game, but I don't know if it's going to be a purchase for me straight away. They showed another game by David Cage, Detroit Become Human, that game that they showed last year. Honestly, I think it looks worse than what they showed us. I thought it was going to be something else. It looks good still, but it kind of just looks like, oh, it's that now. It looked better before. You play as a kind of an android cyborg type guy, looks basically human, thinks, talks like a human, but obviously he can see everything, statistics, he can work things out in his machine mind. But yeah, I think it looks good. I'm a big fan of David Cage, and I will get it, but I thought the trailer before, it looks better, but hey, let's see what happens. But it still looks good, it looks really good. Next is a game called Death Stranding. At first I thought it was going to be Silent Hill, as it's got Norman Reedus in. Is it Norman Reedus? Walking Dead. It's a Kojima game. walked out on stage. Everyone went fucking crazy, as they should. He's a legend. And he showed a trailer, which was captured all in game. And graphically, it looks astonishing. I'm not sure if it's being powered by their new console, but graphically, it looked amazing. And it looks like a Silent Hill game. It looks proper creepy. I can't really describe it. It's better to watch it. But he wakes up on a beach and shit and death and crap is everywhere. It looks really bleak, but it looks like a Silent Hill game. So yeah, go and check out that. I'll put a link of the conference in if you want to watch the full conference. Same as me. Great conference. Yeah. And they showed other games. They showed a SpiderMan game, which looked really good. It looked like people have been wanting a good Spider-Man game since Spider-Man 2 on the original Xbox. Was it original Xbox? Yeah, it was. It was all the way back then, wasn't it? Fucking hell. Yeah, so people have been wanting a good Spider-Man game. This looks good. It's developed by Insomniac, which are a very good developer. Recently done the Ratchet and Clank and Sunset Overdrive, both great games. So both... yeah, so I think that's going to deliver for Spider-Man fans. It looks good to me. Things I'm not usually a superhero huge fan of games like the realistic type films, but this looks like this has dragged me in. Like no mention of any PS4 Slim. It doesn't have to be slimmed down. I've said that before, but I thought Sony would do just because it's more money for them. But hey, no, they don't have to make a Slim. It's but also not just size it down, but the Xbox is going to be taking advantage of the HDMI 2.0 and better visual fidelity and 4K Blu-ray movie support. So I'm kind of shocked that PlayStation haven't brought out a new addition to their console. New controller. They need a new controller. Not design, just battery. Sort your fucking battery out. And yes, and no PS4 Neo. They've admitted it exists. They've said it does exist, but no details. The Xbox says that the games are native 4K, full 4K support. Will the PS4 Neo do that? We don't know. Does Gamescom? That's in August, and there is the Tokyo Game Show, which it will probably get announced. That's one of those two. Well, I'm sure it will. They showed other games, Call of Duty. Fucking hell. I can't believe I used to be such a Call of Duty fan to this, and as soon as it came on, I picked up my phone and I scrolled through Facebook. Facebook was better than sitting and watching that Call of Duty. They showed the Modern Warfare remaster. I thought, here we go, Activision are going to pull something back. Hey, it's a standalone game. No, it's still part of that Call of Duty. It's like, that's a bit of shit. That was really shit. It showed a bit of Titanfall, which looks a lot better than Call of Duty. And yeah, they showed a bit of Watch Dogs at the start of the show. But yeah, I'm really happy about what's to come. They showed VR as well. VR was a big segment. I can't believe I haven't spoken about that. Resident Evil. They showed Resident Evil. It's exclusively VR to PlayStation, I believe. Instead of Wording says. But Resident Evil, this is called Resident Evil, I was about to say 7 then. It's coming out in January next year. It looks fucking scary in VR. It looks terrifying actually. I don't know if I can play it in VR. Scary game. Scary games in VR. Yes, so they showed some VR games. They look great, but Resident Evil by far looks the best in VR. So, yeah, great show. Kind of got a bit more pumped after the Xbox One, but that's just because they show consoles. The games lineup in the PlayStation E3 was stronger than the Xbox, but the Xbox, I've shown his consoles, and I think Xbox is going to start getting stronger games now anyway. But what a time to be alive. Two great consoles. PlayStation have more games. It's fantastic E3. This year is going to be the best year in years for gaming. So fucking enjoy it. In 5 years' time, you'll be telling your kids, if you've got kids by then, My God, can you remember 2016? What a year.